101 here, and today I'm going to be doing a high school memories video. So let's get on with it. The first thing I talked about in my last video was about when you were in year 6, you felt like you were the top of the school, like, you know, like you just felt special and like I'm more important than all of you. But then you get to high school and, well, let's just say you are not most important, you are not special, because you're year 7, you go from here to here, like down to the bottom, because you're the bottom of the school. You're like small year 7s who don't know what they're doing, who are lost and everything like that. Also, the most annoying thing about high school that a lot of people probably might be able to relate to is when you have the annoying people who block the stairs going up to the class, like going up to the classes, or they block, or not block, they lock you out so you can't get in, or you can't get to your lesson you're trying to go to. Like, I understand you probably don't want to learn and you're not even grown up yet, but us people who are trapped probably do. You know, so it's like, it just really annoys me when people do that, especially when it's like some year 7, year 7 who's trying to be like a roadman or something like that, and you're trying to act all hard and act all cool and thinks they're so cool. It just really annoys me. So, I also said about PE in my last video as well, and how I liked it, but I did not like PE when it got to high school because it was completely different. There could be a tornado, there could be a dragon setting fire to the school, there could be Godzilla tearing it all down, there could be like a snowstorm and everything. And then you would be like, are we still doing PE outside? And the teacher just look around and go, yeah, why wouldn't we? And like, I'm just there like, well, you know, as you see what's going on outside, like, and then most of the time when we do PE outside, it's freezing cold, and then everyone's like, oh sir, we're really cold, can we go inside? And then the teacher is like wearing a big coat, you know, and everything like that, you know, he's wearing joggers and everything, and then they're just like, it's not cold, but he's the one who's wrapped up warm whilst we're all standing out here in shorts and a t-shirt, you know, freezing and everything. So, and also we had to wear shorts and a t-shirt, but when it got to I think it was like year 10 or might have been year 11, the girls got to wear leggings and the boys got to wear joggers or something like that. So that was a good time because we'd have to wear them shorts and we wouldn't be so cold and things like that. So let me just find the next one. So, notes. Now, I did not want to do PE a lot of the time, so whenever my mum wrote me a nice to my mum to write me a note on my planner, I'm sure she used to probably just say, like, she's twisted her ankle or something, like, basic, and she'd be like, okay, and then just let me off. But there was one time where I forgot my kit. Well, it wasn't one time, I forgot it many times, but this one time I forgot my kit, and I did not want to borrow kit because the kit's all minging and mangy. You know, teachers say they wash it, I still don't want to like have it because other people have wore it. Even though they might have washed it, other people still have wore it. And plus, you can never find your size. It's always like way too big and the shorts are way too big and things like that. So the teacher come in and she's like, Katie, where's your kit? And I said, oh, I forgot it today. And then she goes, oh, well, go and borrow some kit. And I'm like, I don't want to borrow the kit. And she goes, go and borrow some kit. And I'm like, I'm not borrowing that manky kit. Like, you don't wash it, and I just don't want to borrow it. So I just sat there, and I didn't even want to do PE, so I just sat there and I was like, I don't want to borrow this kit. I just like, oh, it just smells, and I can never find anything that's my size. I don't want to borrow it. So we got into this huge argument about like her telling me to go get some kit, me just sitting there being like, no, I'm not borrowing that. And then she got to the point where she just gave up on me. Like, she was just there like, and she just give up and just let me sit there. I was not borrowing my kit, so I just sat there and I didn't even move, like, so. But most of the time I did PE. Well, a few times I didn't. There was only a few occasions I didn't. Also, there's that one kid that was really competitive in PE and thought of it like they were Usain Bolt, you know, before the Olympics, trying to get everyone to do well. And then that kid always like used to think they were in charge, I'd be like, oh, well, you didn't pass the ball, or why didn't you catch it, or come on. And I'm just like, excuse me, you're not Usain Bolt, you're a 16-year-old who's in school, or whatever, who's in school, you know, that's just what it's like. You're not Usain Bolt. And then I cannot do PE whatsoever whenever it's basketball or anything, and I had to go in goal or do something. That's why no one passed to me or paired up with me, because I couldn't do it. So, but whenever it was the fitness suite or the badminton, I was actually okay with that. Fitness suite, I just went on the bikes and did nothing, or sat in the corner and was talking to my friends, or like went on the treadmill just doing nothing, listening to the music on the TV. And then also when it came to like, also when I was badminton, actually I liked badminton, it was quite fun. But there was this one point where I just couldn't be bothered doing PE. So planners is the next one. Now, don't even get me started. Everyone got a planner every year, and in year 7 to year 9 you use it and like you write your homework in it. But in year 10 and 11 you hardly use it. It's just like a thing like in your bag, it's like forgotten about in the bottom of your bag, you know. Like usually when I empty my bag out at the end of the year, I'm like year 10 or something like that, there's loads of homework papers. Like it's like the forbidden part of your bag where it's like everything, the forgotten about bits. Like there's all the bits of homework you forgot to hand in. There's like there's like sheets you forgot to give, like glue in your book or give into the teacher. And then there's your planner, it's at the bottom, because no one really uses their planner, hardly. Year 7s to year 9s do, because they get like more homework than the year 11s and that. Also, signatures. Now don't even get me started on this. Whenever you're in, like when you're in year 7 and you've got your planner for the first time, you have to get your parents to sign your planner. I think it's to say that they've seen your planner in that week. But sometimes you just couldn't, you know, your mum forgot to do it, or you forgot to ask them, so you just ended up forging their signature anyways, because like, because you just couldn't be bothered. And also, our planners were there for homework, but some people just forgot to write their homework in their planner, so they just wrote it on their hand, even though they could have just got their planner out. But you know, I did that, so you know, I'm guilty of that. And speaking of homework, whenever I used to get it, I always forgot about homework. Like I always forgot about it, so I either did it like as before the lesson started, or I just made up some lie saying I forgot it at home and I'll bring it in tomorrow, you know. And also, year 7s I think have got mouthier and mouthier. Like when I was a year 7, I would never talk to a year 10 or a year 11. I would never even look at them or anything. And now there's all these year 7s who are just running past you and pushing you and like doing all sorts of stupid things, or just push past you in dinner line, you know. And it's like, I would not have done that to a year 11. I would not when I was a year 11. And when I was a year 7, like all the year 7s rush to their lessons. They don't want to be late, you know, it's their first time there. But as you get older, you just cannot be bothered, so you just walk dead slowly. You don't want to like go to your lessons and things like that, you know. Now at my school we had Welsh back we started in year 10, and it's basically like you have 3 different challenges. The first one was you had to like get in a group and like present something to a bunch of people and like think of Christmas company, you know. And then another one was you had to teach year 7 something. And then the last one, I don't know what the other one was called, I forgot about that. Fire drills. Now, don't even get me started on fire drills. Basically, everyone was going in panic mode. The teachers would say, leave your clothes and all your belongings, not clothes, like clothes, leave all your belongings behind. I'm not leaving my coat and my bag and my phone, okay? I will leave my PE kit happily, nothing else, okay? So that was that. And then when you went outside and you thought, it always was freezing cold. And you went outside, you went to talk to your mate, and the teacher was like, get back in alphabetical order, and they all just like going mental. And it's like, there's no fire, everyone else has gone inside, you know, everything's cool, you know. Also, don't even get me started on substitute teachers. No, also known as supply teachers. No, whenever you walked into the class and you didn't see your teacher, you were like, where's so and so? And they were like, oh, they're not in, you have a supply. There's 2 types of supply teachers that everyone knows. Number one is the strict supply teacher, where they have no fun, they have no chill. They're like, okay, get on with your work, your teacher sent me this, and then she sent you some extensions and all of this, and they give you so much work and they don't really, like, you know, take it so seriously. And then also the second one is the nice supply teacher. Now this is the one that just doesn't really care. They're like, okay guys, so today I'm going to be covering for so and so's geography class, and they don't know anything about this subject, just do your own reading, and I'm just gonna sit here, okay, thanks. And they're all like the nice teachers, you know, they don't give you any work, they don't do anything. No, I love supply teachers. Now, I did do like a bit of work, but I didn't do it as what I usually would do. And this is one supply teacher in my school called Mrs. Davis, and she's the nicest, I think it's Mrs. Davis, something like that, but she's the nicest supply teacher ever. She always used to have fun with us and didn't, like, she just let us do what we wanted, and sometimes she wasn't really serious, she was fun. Now the next and last thing is getting called on or getting picked on, whatever you want to call it, by the teachers. Now, I had a system, okay, a lot of people will say this, the teachers, whenever they wanted someone to read or someone to answer the question, they would look around for the people who weren't paying attention, or the people who weren't making eye contact. Or someone who knew the answer and had to hand it like this. But whenever my teacher was like, okay, I'm gonna need someone to do this, I was just like, whoop, no, I'm not doing this. Like, I don't know the answer to this. I do not want to put my hand up. My hand is not up. I don't know the answer, so do not pick me. And there was and then there was these teachers who defied that system. Now, people say there was something called the lollipop system. No, not in my school. They have this thing on the computer called random name generator. Now, they use that to pick a random person to answer their question. Especially one point, I was in a geography lesson all by myself, had no friends in that lesson. I hated that lesson for starters. I didn't like everyone. I didn't like anyone in that lesson. I had no friends in that lesson, and it was just the worst because I hated geography and I couldn't do it. So I did not know any answers to any of the questions she was asking people. My hand was not up, so I did not know. And then I made a fool of myself because she'd done that random, she's like, okay, so I'm going to do a random name generator if your name gets picked, and then she asked the question and she's like, okay, so the person I want to answer is, and then she spins it on the computer, and then somehow, if it's something I don't know, my name pops up. She goes, okay, so Katie, and I'm just there like, what? I don't know any of this. Like, why did you do this system? You just despise my system. I don't know any of these questions. And or if you were picking someone to read, like, they would do popcorn. Now, if you know what that is, basically a teacher reads something, then she goes, okay, I popcorn, say, Joe. And then he will read something, and he'll go, okay, popcorn, so-and-so. And then I never wanted to get picked to read, because number one, you could stutter, number two, you could say something wrong, or number three, you could forget what you're saying, or you could, like, not read the right part, and everyone can just stand there, like, it's so silent, everyone can laugh at you, you know. I just could not cope with that situation, so I was just like, okay. And then there's always that one person who reads dead quietly, there's that one person who reads dead slowly and can't even read. I'm like, you can't read, you might want to go into a different class, because you're just so slow, and them slow readers who get picked. And the people pick me, and I'm like, why me? Out of all the class, you chose me. That was the end of today's video. I hope you can relate to it in some way. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now please like, comment and subscribe, and also comment down below some video ideas you want to see me doing and things like that. So see you in my next video. Bye guys!